Hey, Kevin. I found the perfect new position for someone as unremarkable as you. What? You're not sidelining me, are you? With the department head's cheerful voice, his bald head gleamed brightly. I sighed deeply inside, realizing that this day had finally come. I've endured the department head's bullying for several years now. The day I can finally part ways with this guy has come. At this point, I don't care if it's a demotion. I just want to start fresh in a new place. That's how bad the department head's torment has been. Thinking I'll finally be free from this department head, I can't help but smile. What's with that smirk? It's creepy. Nothing at all. My name is Kevin. I'm a 30-year-old office worker. After enduring constant harassment from my department head, I've been transferred to a remote location. But honestly, this demotion feels like pure luck for me. With that, I headed to the countryside with a spring in my step. Having worked so hard that I didn't even have time to get a girlfriend, I was pumped to find a life partner in this new place. However, despite my enthusiasm, I was getting frustrated with the reality that things weren't going smoothly with the ladies. It's a bummer. I came to this matchmaking event and no one's approaching me. The company I work for is a major one, so my salary isn't bad. Actually, it's even above average. And at 30, I'm still relatively young. Yet, every time the women at the venue catch a glimpse of me, they make a grim face and leave without saying a word. What am I doing wrong? I muttered, holding my head in my hands as I sat alone on a chair. I left my old department head behind and thought I'd find a life partner in this new place. You sure do talk loudly to yourself. If you keep grinning creepily like that, of course no one's going to approach you. There was a woman addressing me. I turned around in surprise, and there she was, a tall, fair-skinned beauty. She had a stunning figure, reminiscent of a model. Is my smile really that off-putting? She stared intently at my face. It feels like your ulterior motives are too obvious. That makes sense. I was so busy at my previous job that dating was just a distant dream. I must have unintentionally shown that on my face. Oh wow, you were in such a tough workplace. My department head was a really bad-tempered guy. And then, I ended up passionately sharing all my grievances about that department head with the beauty. I told her about how I was the only one forced to work overtime without pay, how he purposely shredded documents I submitted, making me redo them multiple times, and how he subtly forced me to work on holidays. I spilled everything. What? Didn't you report it to HR or something? Well, the department head. He's related to one of the top executives of our group company. So, complaining to HR wouldn't have done much, but I was recently transferred, which I thought was a good thing. Wait, were you demoted or something? Yes, that's right. That's why I came here. But thanks to that, I've been able to start fresh and now I enjoy every day. Though my salary did decrease. Wow, you're quite an optimistic person, aren't you? I couldn't tell if she was amazed or impressed. The beauty stared at me as if she was seeing something truly fascinating. And then, a smile spread across her beautiful face. You're interesting. How about we give dating a shot? Really, you're okay with someone like me? Any guy would be thrilled to date such a beauty. But I was worried if I could match up to her, given how stunning she was. You're really fun to talk to. If I'm going to date someone, I'd rather they be fun than just good looking. Oh, thank you. I wasn't sure if it was a compliment, but I felt bashful nonetheless. If it's okay with you, would you like to meet up on our next day off? That sounds great. I'm also starting at a new workplace from tomorrow, so it might be a nice break. I'm looking forward to it, Kevin. She warmly addressed me by my first name. By the way, may I know your name? My name is Amy. Nice to meet you. Her sultry self-introduction almost made my head spin. The day after that eventful day off, I was hit by a surprising event. During the company's morning assembly, there was an announcement from the HR department. Good morning, everyone. Starting today, we have a new employee joining our company. I'm grateful to be here from today. I've been transferred from a group company. My name is Amy. Wait, what? Why is she here? The new female department head, who had been bowing her head, lifted her face and looked over the employees. When her gaze turned to me, she briefly showed a surprised expression, and the next moment, she masked it with a composed smile directed at me. The person who had transferred from the headquarters to become my new department head was Amy, the woman I had met at the matchmaking party and agreed to start a relationship with. Seriously, why are you here of all places? That's my line. During break time, we quickly found ourselves in a deserted corner of the hallway, starting our conversation in hushed tones. Can't believe we're in the same company. Tell me about it. We ended up looking at each other, both of us equally surprised. So, what are we going to do now? What do you mean, what are we going to do? We just have to act like a normal department head and subordinate, right? I guess so. Just when I thought I found a potential life partner, this unexpected challenge stands in front of me. Man, I let out a deep sigh in my heart. Wait, but maybe having my girlfriend as my department head isn't such a bad situation after all. Rethinking it, I found myself smiling at the thought that it might actually be a good twist. Why are you grinning like that? Sorry, I'm just happy to be with you, Amy. Well, I feel the same way, but being with my girlfriend all the time, even at work, might be a blessing. Well, if it's okay with you, would you like to have dinner tonight? Sure. Her face lit up with a smile at my words. Her smile is truly captivating. I can't help but get lost in it. Being able to see this smile every day at work, how lucky am I? Well, break time is almost over. See you in the office. I'm looking forward to dinner. We left the spot after the conversation. The moment I parted ways with that annoying department head, a wonderful encounter awaited me in this new place. And to think that woman and I even work in the same place. Is it really okay for me to be this happy? Just as I was basking in that feeling, something happened. A person who would bring misfortune to me arrived from the headquarters. I'll be working here for a month. With that, the department head smiled cheerfully. Seeing his face, I was drenched in cold sweat. The department head shot me a sleazy grin. Why the hell is he here of all places? Why would he, who harassed me at every turn, come to this branch that's considered a penalty? Is he planning to mess with me again? No, surely he wouldn't have that much free time. What could his purpose be? The more I thought about it, the deeper the mystery became. Just then, the melody signaling break time rang throughout the office. As employees moved to the break room, the department head approached me with a sinister smile on his face. Well, it's been a while, hasn't it, Kevin? The department head casually placed a hand on my shoulder with grinning, and I was frozen in shock. I've been tasked to give a bit of guidance to your department head, so I'll be here for a month. Let's have fun again, shall we? The department head whispered into my ear. The thought of spending another month with this man. I stiffened in terror. Oh, Uncle, you seem quite close with Kevin, aren't you? Amy approached us with a remark. Hey, Amy, I heard you've been doing exceptionally well. Word even reached me about your accomplishments. What, sir, he's my father's younger brother. Amy's eyes narrowed sharply. The department head cast a lecherous gaze upon her stunning figure. So, I heard you finally got yourself a man. Your brother seemed quite concerned about him. Think of me as someone sent to keep an eye on things. What the heck? I silently listened to their exchange, not fully grasping the situation. I hate to break it to you, but that man is right in front of you. What? Wait, are you joking? It's no joke. I'm dating Kevin. We've only been out for dinner so far, but I see our relationship leading to marriage in the future. Do you have a problem with that? Facing the department head, Amy wore a cool, confident smile. Hold on a minute. You're the president's daughter, the sole daughter of one of the CEOs in our group of companies. You, with an employee who was demoted like this, that's inconceivable. The department head trembled with rage as he directed his anger at her. Well, I was demoted and sent here to, Her smile deepened, and with a playful tone, she spoke to the department head. And then, surprisingly, Amy boldly wrapped her arms around mine. "Wait, Amy. This is really not a good look. Oh, come on. We are dating after all." She held onto my arm tightly and showed no intention of letting go. Seeing this, the department head turned deathly pale. Thankfully, no one was around since it was lunch break, but I had no idea when someone might return. I prayed for this situation to end quickly. Are you serious? Well, he works for a prestigious company. He has a decent salary and is around my age. I think he's perfectly suitable as a marriage partner. What? The department head clenched his fist, his face showing a frustrated desire to say something. Besides, I'm an adult now. I can choose whom I want to marry, she declared, pulling my arm closer to her, addressing the department head with a clear voice. "Please let my father know not to worry, and tell him to stop meddling in my affairs. Even if you say that your father is concerned, I don't know why you don't understand that. I'm here on his orders to check on things. Then I'll call my father directly and let him know. Please pack your bags and return to the headquarters immediately. And remember, we're working right now. Break time is almost over. We shouldn't be having this discussion." Then, Amy reached into her bag that was placed beside the desk, pulled out her cell phone, and started making a call. "Hello, Dad. Uncle is here at the company. I've already asked you to stop doing things like this, remember?" "What? Marriage? Yes, I'll do it. If he's competent enough to be hired at the company's headquarters, you shouldn't have any complaints, right? So, please ask Uncle to go home." She then placed her cell phone back on the desk and turned to face the department head. "So, as I said, I'm fine. Please go home, and don't come back again, Uncle." She flashed a radiant smile, leaving the department head standing there, mouth agape, at a loss for words. Well, Amy, all I just be awed by her strength. After that, we spent the remaining break time on the rooftop. My dad, he was concerned that I wasn't getting married even after all this time, so he removed me from the company's executive track and sent me here. He probably thought I'd end up dating someone he recommended if he did that, but I would never agree to that. So that's why you attended that matchmaking party. That's right. But when I met you, Kevin, I genuinely felt like you could be the one, so I wanted to date you. Don't worry too much about my dad, okay? She ended her words with a radiant smile towards me. I was still in shock to learn she was the daughter of a company president. And to top it off, the headquarters' nasty department head who had been giving me a hard time turned out to be her uncle. It made me realize just how small the world can be. But still, I'm glad that annoying department head is gone. I feel bad saying this about your uncle, but he's not particularly liked among the siblings. Even my dad probably doesn't have a high opinion of him. I wonder why he gets involved only at times like this. If he does anything to my Kevin, he won't get away with it. She looked into my eyes and smiled. Seeing her like this made me realize I needed to be stronger too. We dated smoothly for 3 years and planned to get married next year. As for that unbearable department head, it seemed he targeted the new recruits for his harassment, but he was reported to the Labor Standards Office for interfering with their paid leave. It seems the younger generation these days won't stand for such behaviors. According to Amy, the department head had caused disputes even among his siblings and had since disappeared, with no one knowing his whereabouts. Afterward, I returned to the head office and was promoted to section chief. I've been leading my department and performing well. I feel like I've grown to be a man worthy of Amy. I intend to make my current project a success before we get married, and I'm determined to proudly stand beside her at our wedding ceremony.